If you want to create a wealthy mindset, you've got to learn how to be a person of action. You must love to jump off those figurative cliffs and learn from your mistakes. How many business college professors do you know who know everything they need to know to be successful in their own business, but they can't put their knowledge into action? There are brilliant derelicts around us everywhere. But those who put their thoughts into action are the ones who succeed. My favorite Zen quote motivates me to action whenever I'm stuck on a plateau of comfort. It says, and this is profound, to me at least, to know and not to do is not yet to know. I encourage you to set your goals, to visualize them, to affirm them, to work actively towards realizing them through smart planning and fearless action. Once you have this foundation, you are ready to advance to the next step, the realm of principles. Have you ever heard the saying, "A fool and his money are soon parted"? Is this true? If I can confess a bit, one day I sat down and I analyzed all of my failures, all of those mistakes I've made along the road, and counted up to my dismay $212,000 worth of the most idiotic mistakes that you can imagine. Money out of my pocket that I would not have had to lose if I had understood the principles of wealth. As a matter of fact, perhaps I had to go through that loss so that I could understand those principles and that I could share that information with you so that you don't have to go through that same kind of loss yourself. So what are these principles? Well, I have found at least 7 of them, and let me share with you how I discovered them. I wanted to do a survey, and therefore we prepared with an expert. A survey to find out what people would do with sudden wealth. We wrote down a question, and we said, here is $100,000 cash. Imaginary, of course. But suppose you received it tax-free. What would you spend it on? And we gave them about 25 categories in which they could spend it. House, car, boat, debt, church, charity, family, real estate, diamonds, gold, silver, etc., 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 bonds. And we said, if you'll respond to the survey, we'll be glad to send you a copy of a free book. And many people responded. And we discovered, scientifically, that they would take their money and they would invest it in certain kinds of things which would either go up in value or go down in value. And so we projected out over a 10-year period of time what would happen to the things that they had vested their money in, and we found out what the compound rate of growth would be of each individual item in our survey. And we were able to then determine what the market value of their shopping basket of investments would be worth in 10 years. Now let me ask a question, and you put it in your mind. How many of those people, let's say of 100, how many out of 100 would have been able to take that $100,000 windfall, tax-free, and only just double it in a 10-year period of time? What do you think? 20%? 10%? 5%? Did any of you guess 1%? Only 1 in 100 would take $100,000 cash and double it. Isn't that interesting?